The office door opened at 2:17 a.m. Elena Ramirez froze. Her hand was almost touching the small black USB drive on Alexander Voss's desk. The forged ledger drive. The thing that would destroy him if it ever got to the police, or if it stayed hidden until the real trap closed. She had come back after her cleaning shift finished. She used the master keycard they gave her for the top floor. The plan was easy in her head: pull the drive out, break it, throw the pieces away or flush them. No one would know a cleaner had been there. But the door opening changed everything. Alexander Voss walked in. He moved quietly, like he owned every inch of the room, which he did. Tall, over 6 feet, wearing a dark suit that looked expensive even in the low light. Black hair pushed back, eyes cold and sharp. He had come back for something small, maybe a file or his tablet he left charging. Men like him never told anyone when they were coming or going. Their eyes met. Elena's heart pounded hard. She could taste fear in her mouth. The drive sat there under the desk lamp, shining like it was laughing at her. She hadn't pulled it out yet, her fingers were shaking too much. Alexander looked at her hand, then at her face. He knew her face, the night cleaner. The one who started covering the boss's office because the last woman came 1 minute late and got fired right away. He didn't shout. He didn't have to. "What are you doing?" His voice was low and calm, but it felt dangerous. Elena's throat went dry. All the excuses she practiced in the elevator disappeared. Security came fast. 2 guards in black vests rushed in from the side door. They were always close when the boss worked late. "Hands up. Step back from the desk." Elena lifted her hands slowly. When she moved, the drive slipped from its spot and fell onto the desk with a loud clack. Alexander walked over in 3 big steps. He picked up the drive without looking away from her. His fingers closed tight around it. "Explain. Right now." The words came out fast. "That drive is fake. The men who gave it to you today, they're not real partners. I heard them talking in the conference room after you left. They were laughing. They said they're setting you up. Fake bank records, fake deals, everything to make it look like you're doing money laundering and spying. They want the police to come and destroy your company. I was trying to break it so it can't hurt you." One guard made a small laugh under his breath. The other just stood there, not impressed. Alexander's face didn't change. "So a cleaner listens to secret talks, decides the CEO is in danger, and comes back at night to break company property. Is that what you're saying?" "I wasn't taking it for money," Elena said. Her voice broke a little. "I was trying to help you. Help everyone who works here. Including me." He looked at her for a long moment. Not angry. More like he was trying to figure out if she was crazy or brave. "And you think I would believe this from someone who cleans floors for minimum wage?" "I thought you would at least check it," she said quietly. "Test the drive. Look at the files. You'll see it's all made up." Alexander put the drive in his suit pocket. The move looked final. He turned to the guards. "Take her." They grabbed her arms right away. Strong hands on both sides. Elena didn't fight. She knew it would make things worse. But she turned her head to look at him as they pulled her to the door. "Please," she said, looking straight into his eyes. "Just check it. Please." He watched her go. No change in his face. The door closed with a soft click. The ride down in the service elevator felt like forever. Bright lights buzzed above them. The guards didn't talk to her. One kept his hand on her arm. The other spoke quietly into his radio. "Code Black confirmed. Female, cleaning staff, about 25. Caught in CEO office touching sensitive item. Taking her to the estate on boss's orders. Code Black." Elena had heard the name from the other cleaners. It meant big trouble, spying, stealing, sabotage. People who got Code Black didn't come back to work. Some never came back at all. They didn't put handcuffs on her. Not yet. That felt strange, like they were waiting for something. They walked her to the underground garage. A black SUV waited, engine running. They put her in the back seat. The door locked. The car drove out smoothly. Through the dark windows she saw the city lights go by, bright signs, tall buildings, people living normal lives. Tears came to her eyes, but she didn't let them fall while the guards were there. She pressed her head against the cold glass and remembered. 6 years ago. Hospital room that smelled like medicine and sickness. Her mom, Maria Ramirez, looking small in the bed, skin yellow, hand weak but holding Elena's tight. Listen, Mija, her mom said in a soft voice. The world is hard. People will be mean. Don't become mean back. Be kind, even when it hurts. Help people, even if they don't say thank you. Especially then. That's what matters. Elena promised, crying. I promise, Mama. Her mom died 3 days later. Elena was 19. No dad. No other family. Just her. She kept the promise every day, through late rent, extra jobs, nights with no food so the lights could stay on. Now that promise had her here, caught, probably fired, maybe going to jail, because she tried to help a man who didn't need help from anyone. The car left the main road and turned onto a quiet private street with tall trees. Big iron gates opened by themselves. The driveway went through dark gardens until the house appeared, big, modern, all glass and stone, lights on behind thick windows. They stopped at a side door. The guards walked her inside. Marble floor. Expensive paintings. Quiet like a church. A woman in a clean gray uniform waited. Probably the housekeeper. Mr. Voss said to put her in the East guest suite, the woman said. Give her everything she needs. She stays here until he says different. No phone calls outside. The guards let go of her arms. One put a keycard in her hand. Don't try to run. They left. The housekeeper took her down a long hall with art on the walls. She opened double doors. Inside was a huge room, big bed with white sheets, chairs, big windows looking at dark gardens. A tray on the table had water, fruit, sandwiches, coffee. Clothes in the closet, the woman said. Bathroom has everything. Use the intercom if you need something. Good night. The door closed. Locked from outside. Elena stood in the middle of the room. Still in her dirty cleaning uniform. Arms around herself. The nice room felt like a joke. She walked to the window. The city lights were far below, shining like nothing happened. She sat on the edge of the bed. Hands on her face. It hit her hard, caught by the richest, scariest man in the city. Accused of stealing. Locked in his house. No police yet, but that could change any minute. Alexander Voss didn't need police to ruin someone. One call and she was gone. Or maybe he would check the drive. Maybe he would believe her a little. And if it was all fake? If the men were real partners? Then she was just a crazy thief. And thieves didn't do well around him. She thought of her mom's last smile. Kindness is not weak, Mija. It's the strongest thing. She believed it back then. Now, with fear in her stomach and his cold voice in her head, she wondered if kindness just got you hurt faster. She didn't eat the food. Didn't take a shower. Didn't change clothes. She sat in the dark, looking at the city, waiting. Whatever came next, she would face it like her mom taught her, head up, no begging. Even if it cost her everything. Elena sat on the edge of the bed for hours. The room stayed dark except for the soft city glow through the windows. She didn't move much. Her cleaning uniform felt stiff and dirty against her skin. The food on the tray stayed untouched. Every sound in the big house made her jump, the creak of wood settling, distant footsteps, the low hum of air conditioning. She kept replaying the moment in the office. Alexander's cold eyes. The way he picked up the drive like it was nothing. His voice saying, take her. She wondered what he was doing right now. Probably already forgotten about her. Or maybe he plugged the drive into his computer and saw the fake files. Maybe he was laughing at how stupid she looked trying to play hero. Around 6 a.m., soft light started to fill the room. Elena stood up. Her legs felt weak. She walked to the bathroom, marble everywhere, gold taps, thick towels folded perfectly. She looked at herself in the mirror. Eyes red. Hair messy. Face pale. She splashed water on her face and tied her hair back tighter. A knock came at the door. Quiet but firm. Elena opened it slowly. The same housekeeper from last night stood there. She carried a tray with breakfast, eggs, toast, fruit, orange juice, coffee. She also had a small stack of clothes folded neatly. Mr. Voss said you should eat, the woman said. And change if you want. These should fit. Elena took the tray. Thank you. The woman looked at her for a second. Not mean, just curious. He doesn't usually keep people here like this. You must have said something that made him think twice. Elena didn't answer. The door closed again. Locked. She set the tray on the table. Her stomach growled. She hadn't eaten since yesterday afternoon, but she only took a few bites of toast and some juice. The rest she left. She changed into the clothes, simple black pants, white shirt, soft sweater. Everything new, tags still on. The sizes were perfect. She wondered how they knew her size so fast. The day passed slowly. No clock in the room, but she could tell time by the sun moving across the gardens outside. She walked around the suite, looked out the windows, sat on the chairs. Tried the door again, still locked. No phone. No TV remote that worked for anything but the big screen showing nature videos on mute. Around noon, another knock. This time it was one of the guards from last night. Mr. Voss wants to see you. Elena's heart jumped. She followed him down the long hallway, past art and closed doors, to an elevator. It went up one floor. The doors opened to a private wing, bigger office, darker wood, more windows. Alexander stood at a desk near the glass wall. Back to her. Looking out at the city. The guard left. Door closed behind him. Alexander turned. Same suit as last night, but fresh. No tie. Sleeves rolled up a little. He looked tired, like he hadn't slept. Sit, he said. Pointed to a chair across from him. Elena sat. Hands in her lap. She didn't speak first. He sat too. Pushed a tablet toward her. Screen showed files, open documents from the drive. I ran it through every test we have, he said. Metadata. Encryption layers. File creation dates. Digital signatures. Everything. Elena waited. It's fake, he said. All of it. The transactions never happened. The accounts don't exist. The timestamps were backdated. Someone spent a lot of money to make it look real. Elena let out a breath she didn't know she was holding. So you believe me? I believe the evidence, he said. Not you. Not yet. He leaned back. Tell me exactly what you heard. Word for word. Don't leave anything out. Elena told him. The two men in suits. Their voices low in the conference room. How they laughed after he left. Words like, he took the bait, once the feds see this, he's done, Apex will be ours by Christmas. She repeated the names they used, fake company names she remembered. The way one of them tapped the drive like it was a bomb. Alexander listened. No expression. When she finished, he nodded once. I already have people looking into those names, he said. They're shells. Connected to a rival group we've fought before. They've tried traps like this twice in the last 5 years. Never this clean. Never this close. He stood up. Walked to the window. You could have walked away. Pretended you heard nothing. Most people would. I couldn't, Elena said. My mom taught me to help when I can. Even if it's hard. Even if no one asks. He turned. Looked at her like he was seeing her for the first time. Your mother. She died 6 years ago. Cancer. I was 19. No other family. He didn't say sorry. Just nodded. And you still think the world deserves kindness? I think it needs it, she said. Even from people like me. He watched her for a long time. Then he walked back to the desk. Picked up his phone. Typed something fast. You're not going to jail, he said. Not today. But you're not leaving yet either. Why not? Because if this is real, and it looks real, those men might know someone heard them. They might come looking. You're safer here until we finish this. Elena felt cold. You think they know about me? I don't know what they know. That's why you stay. She swallowed. And after? After we confirm everything? We'll see. He pressed a button on the desk. The guard came back in. Take her back to the suite. Make sure she has what she needs. No restrictions on the grounds if she wants to walk outside. But she doesn't leave the property. The guard nodded. Alexander looked at Elena one more time. Don't try to run. You won't get far. She stood up. I'm not running. The guard led her out. Back in the suite, things felt different. Around midnight, a soft knock. She opened the door. Alexander stood there. No jacket. Just shirt and pants. Hair a little messy. He didn't come in. Just stood in the doorway. I found more, he said. Emails. Payments from the rival company to those two men. Wire transfers. They planned this for months. The merger talk was fake from the start. Elena nodded. I'm glad you checked. He looked at her. Why did you risk it? Really? Because you're not just some rich guy to me, she said. You own the building where I work. People depend on that job. Families. If the company falls, they fall too. I couldn't let that happen without trying. He didn't answer right away. Then he said, get some sleep. Tomorrow we talk more. He turned to leave. Mr. Voss, she said. He stopped. Thank you, she said. For not sending me to the police right away. He looked back. Don't thank me yet. The door closed. Elena went back to bed. This time she slept a little. Not deep, but enough. Morning came. Then the guard again. Mr. Voss wants you in the office. She followed. Alexander was there. Papers spread out. Computer screens showing data. He looked up. We have them. The two men. They're in custody now. My team handed everything to the authorities. Clean case. They'll be charged tomorrow. Elena felt relief wash over her. It's over. Almost, he said. One thing left. He stood. Walked around the desk. Closer to her. You saved my company, he said. Thousands of jobs. My reputation. Everything. I didn't do it for thanks. I know, he said. That's why I'm going to ask you something. She waited. Stay, he said. Not locked up. As my guest. Until we make sure no one else is coming after you. Or after me. A week. Maybe two. You'll have your own space. Pay. Anything you need. Elena blinked. Why? Because I don't trust easy, he said. And because you're the only person in years who saw something and actually acted on it. I want to know more about that. She thought about her apartment. Her life. The fear still in her chest. Okay, she said. I'll stay. He nodded. Good. He turned back to his desk. You can go back to the suite. Or walk the grounds. Whatever you want. She left the office. Walked down the hall. Felt lighter. But she knew this wasn't the end. Something had started. And she wasn't sure what it was yet. Elena woke to sunlight filling the suite. No lock sound when she tried the door. It opened. She was a guest now, not a prisoner. She walked the house freely. Gardens, library, kitchen. A young assistant named Mara appeared. Mr. Voss said anything you need, just ask. Clothes, food, books, whatever. Elena nodded. Thanks. That evening, Mara came again. Dinner at 8. Mr. Voss invites you. Elena changed into a simple dress from the closet. The dining room was long, table set for two. Candles. No staff visible. Alexander waited at the head. Shirt open at collar. No jacket. He stood when she entered. Sit. Elena sat. Food came, soup, grilled fish, vegetables. Wine poured. He spoke first. Case closed. The two men confessed. Rivals paid them. Full evidence handed over. No charges coming your way. Elena exhaled. Good. Company safe. Yes. Media story controlled. No leaks. They ate quietly at first. Then Elena spoke. My mom always said help without expecting back. She died when I was 19. Cancer. Left me alone. No family. I took the cleaning job because a friend knew someone. Paid bills. That's all. Alexander listened. Fork paused. No one else. No one. He set Fork down. I grew up in a small apartment. Father left early. Mother worked 2 jobs. I started working at 14. Delivered papers, cleaned stores. Saved every cent, built Apex from a garage office. Lost partners early. Betrayed. Stolen ideas. Lies. After that, trust became expensive. Elena looked up. That's why the rules. The puzzles. Firing fast. Yes. Fear keeps people sharp. Loyalty from weakness doesn't last. But fear doesn't make people care, she said softly. Kindness does. My mom proved it every day. He stared at her. Kindness got you locked up here. Still worth it. He didn't answer. Just sipped wine. Next nights, dinner became routine. Same table. Same quiet start. Then more talk. One evening Elena said, you ask hard questions to everyone. Even cleaners. Why? To find who thinks. Who solves. I can't afford slow minds. But you fire on the spot. No second chance. Second chances cost time. Time is money. Elena shook head. People aren't machines. Give a little room, they give back more. He looked away. First time he didn't argue back. Days passed. Another night, Elena couldn't sleep. Walked to the terrace. Stars bright. Alexander was there. Leaning on rail. Insomnia too. He didn't turn. Can't sleep either. No. They stood side by side. Wind cool. He spoke low. I almost lost everything once. Not money. Control. Those men got closest. You stopped it. I just heard something. You acted. No one else did. Silence. Elena said, what now? He turned. Looked at her face. Moonlight on her skin. I want you to stay. Not as guest. Job. Executive advisor. You see things I miss. Elena blinked. Me? I clean floors. You think straight. That's rare. She thought. Apartment empty. Job gone. But here felt different. Safe. Real. Okay, she said. I'll try. He nodded. Next day he showed her an office. Small. Next to his. Desk. Computer. Files. Start tomorrow. Learn the company. Tell me what you see. She sat. Felt strange. Important. One evening in his office, papers everywhere. He reached for a file. Their hands brushed. Both stopped. Heat in the touch. Elena pulled back fast. Heart quick. Alexander looked at her. Eyes darker. He reached out slow. Fixed a loose hair behind her ear. Fingers lingered a second. Elena froze. Breath caught. He dropped hand. Stepped back. Cleared throat. Sorry. No, she said quiet. It's okay. They looked at each other. Air thick. He spoke first. When danger ends. I don't want you to leave. Elena swallowed. I don't know if I fit here. Your world. My world. He stepped closer. Maybe we make a new one. She didn't answer. Just looked up at him. Something shifted. Quiet. Real. Neither moved away. 2 weeks later, the threat was fully gone. The 2 men who planted the forged drive were in prison. Their backers faced charges too. Alexander's company stood stronger than ever. No scandals. No losses. Just quiet victory. Elena stayed on as his advisor. She reviewed reports, joined key meetings, and spoke plainly when she saw flaws. Alexander listened. He made changes, fewer instant firings, more training programs, better support for staff. People noticed the difference. The office felt less cold. Alexander changed too. He worked shorter hours. Asked her thoughts first, on business, then on life. They shared dinners every night. Talked about her mother's lessons. Her struggles alone. His childhood in poverty. The betrayals that built his walls. One evening on the terrace, under the stars, he stopped walking. "I don't want you to leave," he said. Elena looked at him. "When this started, I thought you were just a cleaner who got lucky. But you saw what I couldn't. You acted when no one else would. You showed me trust isn't weakness. Kindness isn't a flaw." He took her hand. "I love you, Elena." Her heart raced. "I love you too." He pulled her close. Kissed her. Long and real. They built a life together from there. She moved into the main house. They traveled when he could step away. She kept pushing for fairness in the company. He let her. They balanced each other, he the drive, she the heart. Years passed. They married quietly. No big event. Just them, a few close people, and vows that meant everything. They had children. A home filled with laughter instead of silence. The ruthless billionaire became a man who smiled easily. The orphan cleaner became the woman who helped shape an empire with compassion. They ended well. Not perfect. But together. Kindness had won.